What's up guys, I'm Carton, and in today's video we're gonna be putting this 1973 Marshall inside the HX STOMP. We're gonna be looking for the best amp, the best IRs, best stock caps to use for this amazing Marshall sound. We're gonna be nailing the Marshall tone with you guys. We're gonna be building the preset together. So if you like that, please go ahead, click the subscribe, click the like button, click the bell, click all of that shit. Put some comments down below if you think it sounded great. If it didn't sound like you expected, let me know in the comments, and then we'll get started and go ahead and get that great tone. Okay, so let's get straight into building this preset, guys. So we will be starting out with a blank preset. I will be putting in my old vintage Marshall in a loop so that we can go ahead and compare. We will start out with what I think is my bass tone, my reference tone with a real amp and an IR, and then we will go ahead and compare it to the stock stuff and give you all the options. So let's get straight into it. This is an empty preset, so we're gonna go ahead and put in the effects loop. So in the right side of the HX STOMP there is a send and return stereo. So we'll use just the left send and return going from the HX STOMP into a ground isolation box into the front of the 73 SuperLead, going out of this 73 SuperLead into a torpedo load. It's just a regular one, no cabinet emulation. That will be all done in the HX STOMP. There, the line out is coming back into the return. That's it. Other than that, I'm just in and out on the top. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so now let's start with the IR. I will be linking this IR into the show more section down below, and you will be able to go ahead and purchase this exact IR if you want it. The fun story is that it's actually made from my cabinet that I sold to Solodallas. So it's a G12-65 loaded cabinet. If you're not sure what those speakers are, those are the exact speakers that were used on Highway to Hell and Back in Black by AC/DC. Some of the best Marshall tones in my honest opinion. So let's go there. So I love to use position 5 on the MD421 microphone. So let's go ahead and hear the reference tone. This is just the IR and the amp. I will do a couple of tweaks on the IR, but this is just straightforward amp into IR. I don't know if you were able to hear that, but to some of you it might sound a little bit too fizzy, and that's something with the HX STOMP that I often recommend, is to use a high cut on 8 kHz. So this is something I wouldn't necessarily do if I was running IRs in a load box or on my PC, not in the HX STOMP. It's just for whatever reason there can be some fizziness in the HX STOMP and other Helix stuff. So that's why I would suggest you doing this. This is going to get rid of a lot of fizz and make it sound more full, more woody. So let's check it out. Okay, so that's my reference tone, a great sounding amp and cabinet. So let's start with the amp part. We're gonna compare it to one of the models inside of the HX STOMP, and then I'm gonna compare the IR to what is in the HX STOMP. So let's go ahead and put in an actual amp. So I'm gonna be using the Placator Dirty in this one. You're gonna be asking why not use a actual Marshall vintage amp in there. Well, I checked all those out, and they don't really compare to like a metal panel or late plexi. In terms of aggressiveness, they sound a lot more tame and they sound more muddy inside of here. So my guess is that it's like probably a 67 era plexi that they've modeled, and those are a little bit tamer. So yeah, I'm not using that, using the placator. Let's check out, this is just placator with the stock settings. Let's check it out compared to the 73. I'm quickly gonna use one of these buttons here to give me a quick A/B possibility on the HX STOMP. You are just looking at my HX edit screen, but it will be switching and you will notice. So this is now the amp, the actual Marshall. So we have now switched to the placator dirty, the Friedman, and it already sounds very great, actually. Sounds good. One thing I notice is that it's a little bit fuller sounding, more modern sounding. What we can do to get rid of that is we disengage the FET option. That's gonna do a lot. Let's check it out with the FET on, and then I'll put it off. So if you put that off, it sounds more like the actual vintage Marshall. Another thing I will do is I will just roll back the gain ever so slightly to about 5. That didn't do a whole lot, but it does something. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut some bass. It's already very close. What I will do now is just slightly reduce the mids, and I'm gonna give it some more presence. Some more treble and some more presence. Let's check it out. Okay guys, I'm gonna put on my headphones because I'm more used to getting the nuances from that, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna really try to dial in those last percentages here. So guys, I think we got very close there. I think there's still a little bit difference between the Friedman and the Marshall, but it's negligible. So the Friedman feels a little bit, just a little bit fuller, but it lacks a bit of that attack and that clarity, but not a lot. It's really just a few percent. So it's really great. It's really close. Now let's check out what we can do with the stock caps and see if we can get something going there. Let's check that part out. So I've tried all the new and old caps, and what I like is the Legacy Greenback 25. This is just the Greenback 412 with the 421 dynamic mic. Same mic, but now it's a Greenback. Let's check this one out. I had the IR still on, so let's check it out. I'm gonna give it quickly the AB function here by using this switch, and now I can quickly AB. So this is the cap. Let's check the cabinet out. So what I would suggest is, I think we got very close with the amp model, and I think we're getting closer a little bit with the cabinet. Keep in mind it's a G12M25 cap. In the stock caps of Helix they don't have a 65 cap. Even I've got, let me check out, I've got here a G12M25 IR from Solodallas, and it will sound also better than the stock cap in my opinion. Let's go ahead and check it out. So this is a G12M25 cap from Solodallas. So yeah, the G12M25 cap from Solodallas still sounds a lot better than the stock cap. I hear you say, why don't you try the new caps? Because those are fantastic. Let's check the new G12M25 cap out and let's hear what that does. So let's try again the same mic, 421. I'm gonna do a high cut on 8 kilohertz again. Okay, and let's go see how they compare. So there you have it, guys. That was the 1973 Marshall tone in the HX STOMP. Did you like this tone? Did you not like it? What were your expectations? Did you like the stock cap? Did you like that I actually switched what I thought and that I actually pretty much liked the stock cap as well? Of course, I still love the Solodallas IR more, but what did you guys think? Also, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the like, put in a comment, click the bell notification if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos, and then I will see you for the next video, guys.